media, but also in your ears. Broadcast, we are here talking about it, so I think let's get to know exactly what population is, how we stand from that angle, and exactly things like that. We are going to be looking at the discussion regarding our population as Uganda. Census, what is it, why census, and why now, and why only Kampala, by the way. All those questions will be discussed today, and our guest in studio is called Dr. Senono Fred Vincent, and he is the head of Department Demography and Social Statistics from UBOS, and he's going to be telling us a lot about UBOS as well in the time that we have. We're sorry we started a little bit late because of some technicalities, but let's get rolling. You are most welcome to studio this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers. As already mentioned, my name is Dr. Vincent Fred Senono, but here I'm to discuss the census. And the people are asking, what is population census? Why should be people bothered about population census? And this is we are talking about population. We are going to do population and housing census 2024. By population, we mean people. We are talking about what? People.
Okay.
Housing, we are talking about houses. So why do we carry out a population and housing census? A population and housing census is the total count of all people, not Ugandans, but of all people who are in the country in a given time.
Okay.
For this round of census, the 2024 census, it refers to counting of people and their assets, houses, for all people who would have stayed in Uganda for the night of 9th May 2024. What does it mean? It means that all people who would have slept within the country, whether Ugandans or non-Ugandans, whether slept on the street, whether they were on the road, whether they were in the hospital, whether they were in the barracks, whether they were in prison, whether they were in police, they will be enumerated. So that means it's about everybody within the country.
Okay.
And what does it mean? It means that in order to have people counted, there are a number of activities which need to take place. And one of them, what we call a digital census, meaning we are not going to use papers. We are going to ensure that when during the counting of the people, we are using tablets. Tablets are machines. Machines meaning that our people are going to move with those machines like a phone, a big phone. They're going to be a big phone. And this big phone is the one they are going to use.
And this is the first time they are using.
And this is the first time in the country we are using these machines.
Okay.
But these machines did not going to start only in the enumeration. This machine started during the listing exercise. And also recruitment. Later we talk about what is listing and the rest.
Okay.
But even recruitment of enumerators, it was paperless. People went on their phone, on their tablets, on their computer, and they applied. So that's what they mean by a population census, which is a digital census.
Okay. Why now? Because we have seen censuses before, but it's been long, yeah? And of course we know that we have a population of about 45 million Ugandans. Why now? Has anything changed causing us to now do this census now? Also, why Kampala alone?
Thank you, moderator. The census is not taking place in Kampala.
Okay.
The census is taking place in the whole country.
Okay.
Not Kampala alone, but the census is going to take place in the whole what? Country.
Okay.
But what is currently taking place in Kampala is what we call listing. Listing refers to counting how many households are in Uganda, which is important to guide the enumerators during the main what? Census.
Okay.
So we are not anyway going to take census in Kampala alone.
Okay.
And the censuses, as it is a big exercise, it normally takes 10 years. The last census took place in 2014.
Okay.
And that time we had a population of 34.6 million
Okay.
Ugandans. Now, after a decade, again, we want to know how many Ugandans, how many non-Ugandans are in the country. So therefore, when we talk about a population housing census, it is about the whole country, not Kampala per se.
Okay.
But why now? Why now? It means every 10 years as a requirement, we must undertake a population and housing census.
Okay.
It is in the constitution of
Uganda.
Uganda. And this is because 10 years census are very, very expensive exercise.
Oh.
It is not something you can take in every year. And the data we collect in the census analysis self takes a longer period.
Okay.
Even its use, like family TV, one of the questions we ask, how many people are having TVs? So if you want to know how many Ugandans having TVs, and the family TV want to know where their listeners or people are watching the family TVs are, you need to have the figures.
Okay.
And these figures can only be generated through the what? The census. That's why we call it a benchmark for all other data collection activities in the what? In the country.
Okay.
Because it gives the total population of Uganda in a given point of time. And remember, the president, when we are launching the census last year in December, he said, I want to know how many are we, where are we. It means a census, it's the only source of information which can give us how many are we and where are we. Because we know that in Kampala, last census, we had about 1.4 million people. Wakiso had over 2.3 million people. But now, how many are we now? This census is going to give us how many people are in Uganda in 2024.
So the figure 45 million Ugandans might be wrong because it's speculation. The last time you said we had 36 million Ugandans.
It is not wrong, but what it means, when we carry out a census, there are other what we call scientific approaches,
Okay.
which we do, we call it projection. Projection meaning you use the census figures and use other facts like number of people who die every year, number of children born every year, people who migrate,
Okay.
to do what we call a projection.
Okay.
Currently, the population of Uganda is projected to be around 44 million people.
Ugandans, okay.
People, not Ugandans.
People.
But people, because not all of the people who are in Uganda are Ugandans.
Okay.
Some of them are non-what? Ugandans. Some of them are refugees. So, which means that we projected at 24, but when 44 million people. But when we do a census, we get the actual population in a given year.
Okay.
And that will also help us. Did we project very well? Did we project with some bit of errors? So that is why we call it an estimation. What we have is estimated what? Population.
Okay.
But when we carry out a census, we have what we call actual population. And this is what government uses for other activities like allocation of resources, demarcation of constituencies, and the rest. That's why always a population house census is undertaken before any election exercise.
Oh.
Because it is also important to know how many people are in the country in a given area. So both of them are correct, but one is an estimate, another one is the actual figure.
Okay, thank you. Let's get to inconveniences that it's going to cause. We must stay home as a country for those 10 days so that we wait for officials from OBOS to come and carry out the census. 1. 2. No, okay, let's first answer that, because I was going to ask if OBOS has enough manpower to carry out the census, but maybe let's begin from...
Okay, what it means is that census night is 9th. That means the actual enumeration is going to start on 10th.
Okay.
Up to 19th May. What does it mean? His Excellency, the President of Uganda, pronounced that the 10th May is a public holiday. Why? We want to make sure that me and you who are working, the Bureau makes arrangement to be enumerated in those first days. So which means 10th May is a Friday. That means we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is mainly to cater for the people who are working, but also who are not at home most of the time. But that does not mean that we are going to sit at home for 10 days waiting for people to come. No.
Okay.
No. It means that everybody will be counted depending on when they reach their households. So if they don't reach you on the first day, don't say that Ubos people did not count me. No, you were going to be counted on the day. But what is important is the day, the census night. For example, you have been working in Kampala. On Thursday, you stay in Kampala. But on Friday evening, you go say to Mbarara, you go to Jinja, and during enumeration, you are in Jinja. They reach that household when you are not in Jinja. That does not mean you are going to be enumerated in Jinja. No.
Hey.
You are going to be enumerated where you spend the census what? Night.
Oh, okay.
So by the night of 9th, they will ask you, where did you stay in this household? Yes. If no, you are not going to be enumerated. Don't say I was not what? Enumerated. They are going to be enumerated where you spent the what? The night.
So even if I stay in Entebbe, but
yes,
that night I'm in Jinja.
Yes.
I'll be counted in Jinja.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's where you spend the what?
The night of census.
Of the census.
Okay.
So if you stay in a hotel on the census night, you are going to be counted in the what?
In the hotel.
In the hotel. If you are going to stay, I know there are a number of people who are sleeping at night on this road behind us, William.
Okay.
Well, and you stay there that night, what you call a floating what? Population. People who sleep on the roadside. We are going to count you there. Because that's where you spent the what?
The night.
The census night.
Okay.
But there are people who would be in the hospital. I have a sick person, but to have someone who is looking after that person. It is only the sick person who is going to be enumerated in the what? In the hospital. The caretaker is going to be enumerated at what? At home.
Oh.
So it is going to look like, if you go to a hospital, we'll ask, are you the sick person? Yes.
They
For you,
enumerate.
they enumerate you. But am I the caretaker? Yes. For you, you are not going to be enumerated. You are going to be enumerated from home.
Why?
Because we are today, you are not like a resident of that place. Today you can be the caretaker, another day can be another what? Caretaker.
Okay.
So we need to make sure that what we call in statistics double what? Counting. That's what we are trying to do. That in areas where, that's why we are referring the census what? Census night. Like here in Nakasero market, people come very early in the what?
In the morning?
In the morning. Some by midnight they're already in the what? In the market.
Okay.
They are not going to be enumerated in the market. They are going to be enumerated as if they slept in their households. Because here, for example, on this family TV, if you are working at night, then we are not going to come here and enumerate you from here. No. We assume you are at a workplace. And for all those people who will be at their workplace, they are going to be enumerated at their households.
You are aware that some people stay in the market. They don't have anywhere to go.
That one we have catered for. That's why we have agreed that whoever is not going home, he has nowhere to go, is going to be enumerated as if he's a floating population.
Oh, okay. So next will be the security of the information that you're going to receive from people. How secure is our information out there? Not that it's threatening to the government or anything, but just wondering, is the information secure, especially sharing it with field people that from your department that we don't know? Someone comes, asks you a number of questions, and you're not sure.
Okay, let me just explain something. During this exercise, which is ongoing now, the listing in Kampala, the listing is just, we ask your name only, and then we take the GPS. That is listing. We don't. But our people, I wish I'd come with one. They have a tag. This tag has what we call a QR code. The QR code is what you scan, if you are not sure. When you scan that QR code, it will automatically bring Vincent Fred Senono's what? Name. And if it's not the right person, this person will be able to, you will not see anything. That's security number one. But going back to the actual census, those who were around in 2014, we undertook a census. And we asked a number of what? Questions. About the age, the sex, the level of education, and the rest.
Okay.
But I want any viewers to send a message and say that actually, WOBOS shared my information. WOBOS does not release information about an individual. He releases information in aggregate form. But this time around, it is even more, we are more concerned that we are using tablets. Tablets means when the data is corrected from using this tablet, it automatically goes to our server. No one will have access to this information apart from the few individuals, and those individuals have taken oath not to reveal any information about an individual.
Okay.
So there is no way someone is going to access this information. I repeat, no way, quote my word, no way is someone going to access information about the what? The individual. The information we are going to release is going to be in aggregate form, not at individual level.
Okay.
Even when the government want data of an individual, other government departments, WOBOS cannot share, because the Act 1998 Act, Statistical Act, is very clear that WOBOS should not in any way release information about the what? The individual. That's why WOBOS has not been giving information for PDM, because we cannot give information about what? An individual.
Okay.
We can only release the information on individual. If someone who wants the individual information about you has come to you and asked you, can you allow WOBOS to give me your data? Then if it makes sense, if I'm here, why do you want to go to WOBOS to get information? So which means that it is not what? Possible. It is not possible WOBOS to give any information about the what? The individual. 2, the enumerators who are going to collect this data will take the oath of what? Secrecy.
Okay.
And after this exercise, they should not say that I was this household, this is what I found. No. So all the mechanisms have been put in place to ensure that the information about the individual is protected. I want to confirm to our listeners that no information will be released by WOBOS which will infringe on their privacy.
Okay. Thank you. We had talked about the achievements, but let's maybe delve into, actually, let me call them benefits that we hope to achieve, or WOBOS hopes to achieve as an entity after this national census, population and housing census. What are the benefits in there or there?
Okay, the benefits is not by WOBOS. The benefits is for the whole country. What does it mean? I said that census is the only source of information which gives information up to the lowest administrative level, parish, sub-county, district, and the country as a whole. Which means both central government and the local government do plan using the census figures. That is the first thing. 2, it is the only information which the government uses to allocate funds to both higher local governments and lower local governments. What do I mean? That the Minister of Finance, when is allocating resources, one of the variables they use is the population.
Okay.
So which means that when you have correct information about your area, you will get what is due to you according to the allocation of what? Resources. It is extremely important.
Okay.
2, this information is the source of information for indicating the welfare of the people in Uganda. And also that information is relevant for allocation of what? Resources. When it comes to service delivery, like putting up schools, putting up hospitals, putting up roads, markets, all depend on the population. Therefore, having the right information about the area is important for planning. We also talk about issues to do with researchers. Many researchers, NGOs, now they have been demanding information about how many people have benefited from government programs, like the Parish Development Model Program. How many people have benefited? This information is there, but is not information which can be easily be accessed. So what is important? The census is going to give us the population, people who have received money from Emyoga funds, who have received money from punishment funds. We have NUSA funds. We have person with disability funds. So all those social protection are going to be generated from the what? The census. But also importantly for Kampala, if the Lord Mayor is listening, for the first time we are going to get the population of Kampala, the day population. How many people are in Kampala during the day?
Okay.
This is going to be the first time we are going to have census data giving the population.
In Kampala city.
In Kampala what? City. So you see how it is important, the census.
Okay.
Because you know that there have been a complaint that Kampala city has more people during the day, but very few people sleep there, which is correct. But now we said we are concerned as a bureau. How can we measure it? This time we are going to capture that what? Information. Two, there are many people who say that there are many Ugandans who are going outside the country and we don't know how many they are. We are going to use our questionnaire to ask people how many people in your household are outside the what? The country.
Okay.
So this is also for planning for human resource. What type of people are going outside the country? Are they degree holders? Are they diploma holders? Are they engineers? Are they doctors? Are they what? This information is important for human. If more doctors are going and less are staying in the country, there will be a what? A problem.
Oh, okay.
That is extremely important. But also other government programs like the rural electrification program. I don't know if they have heard of it.
Yes, we have.
It means that this program is targeting areas where households don't have what? Electricity. And this information is more suitable generated from the census. You have also heard that government is trying to people access safe what? Safe water. Some areas don't have what? Water.
Yes.
But this is in a small scale. But with the census, we'll know in Uganda which areas up to village level don't have these what? Services. So that's why the census is extremely important for the country.
Okay.
And that's why His Excellency made the 10th May 2024 a public holiday. You mean when it makes public mean it is cost, because people will not be working officially. But the importance of the census is so big that having one public holiday is, people think about the figures in terms of money, but donors, programs are based on total population of the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about myths and misconceptions that people might have about, surrounding household listings. Anything to say about that, about those myths?
There are two things which sometimes is a problem, which people need to understand. That Uganda Bureau of Statistics is official government institution responsible to production of what? Statistics. And we cannot produce statistics by sitting at home in our offices. We get these statistics from the people. And from the experience over the years, we have collected information about the people.
Okay.
And there is no doubt that one person can say, "Oh, boss made my information available." That's why we request you to allow our people to come to your household. Actually, something unfortunate happened. Someone released the dog, and one of our enumerators, it was the dog bite the person.
That is bad.
Yeah, another one released the dog, and the our listers will run, and he lost the phone. So what we are saying that this is a government, and it has nothing to do with politics. This is just for ensuring that all people get what? Counted.
Because some people think there are many myths. There's politics, but there's also this that maybe it's a way to find out who is not paying taxes and give the information to URA so that they can arrive and, take action.
I just give a history that Wobos has been undertaking censuses. This is not the first one. The census, so far the country had over 11 censuses, and the last one was 2024. But 2014. But there was no incidence where someone can say that the data collected from Wobos was used to come and tax me. If you are here want to tax people, there are other mechanisms they use to identify the taxpayers. Actually, people don't know that your phone is another way of getting information about you. They can get all the information about you if they want.
Yeah.
So this is not the responsibility of the Bureau to give that individual A, individual B should pay tax. For us, we reason numbers in aggregates. For example, how many people have bicycles? Full stop. How many people have cars? Full stop. How many people have grass-thatched houses? We stop. How many people are having electricity? We stop. How many people are unemployed? We stop. How many people are youth? We stop there. How many households are female-headed?
Numbers, basically.
Yes. For us, we are giving what? Numbers. And in aggregate what? Form. So if someone can interpret them the way they want, we don't have control over them.
Okay.
For us, what we say, we have given you like female-headed. Someone say 30% from previous is around 30% of the household in Uganda are female-headed. And you can say, why are more female-headed in Mbarara? Why female-headed women in this village? And he said, maybe this, maybe. We don't have control on those people.
Okay.
But what we have control is the statistics we have released. So people should not worry that we give individual information to URA. No. That is a big what? No. We give information in aggregate form. For example, how many people are growing coffee? We're done. We don't go to say no is growing what? Coffee. How many people are having businesses in trade?
Full stop.
Full stop. So it is them, if they want to use these statistics to go further and understand where this, it is not our responsibility.
Okay.
It is not our responsibility to give them these statistics.
Thank you, Dr. Senon. Thank you so much for making time to come to Church of Uganda Family TV. Maybe lastly, you can make an appeal from Ubos to the public as we close.
All listeners of Family TV, we are happy as the Bureau to be part of you and also to ensure us that all Ugandan are counted. It matters that all Ugandans are counted. It matters that you participate in what? In the census. Either as a numerator, by the way, it is Ugandans who are going to enumerate. Either as a respondent, but members, support our team. Don't chase them away. Don't release those dogs. Make sure that all Ugandans get counted, because this country is ours. No one should be left behind. But you cannot talk about no one left behind without knowing how many we are, where are we, how are people living. That's why it matters to everyone in the country to be counted. Thank you for listening and for viewing us.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Senono from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics for that beautiful show. Please do not release your dogs to the UBOS team. It is not a kind gesture. It is embarrassing. I can't even believe it. But anyway, yeah, so the census is upcoming, starting from the 9th of May all the way through to the 19th of the same month. And of course, the team will be there. The field team from UBOS will be there to count us and make sure that we get the right number of Ugandans or of people that are in Uganda, that reside in Uganda, that stay in Uganda, that basically live their lives in Uganda for purposes that he has mentioned. And as you know very, very well, these are some of the important things that as a country we need to focus on. Otherwise, it has been a great pleasure having you here on Issues at Hand, and we do this every Monday to Friday. Please do stay with us always as we bring you such experienced people to tell us all about the country and current affairs. My name is Caro. It is a great pleasure. Please do continue to support and follow us on our social media platforms by liking our content, sharing it with a friend, and also calling upon other people to comment and tell us their thoughts and views. It is very, very important. Now, we are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, which promises you comfort and luxury at its best each and every time. And those are the numbers on the screen. Those are their numbers. You can call and reserve anything. They do events management, all kinds of events, weddings, parties, meetings, anything. They have accommodation, food, and a health club, including a spa, gym, and swimming pool, massage, everything. The bougie life, yeah? Protea Hotel by Marriott is the place to be. Otherwise, from myself and the transmission producers, studio producers, desk producers, and executive producers, it is a good morning. Have a lovely day.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Family TV, enriching lives.